Hello, and welcome back to Conversations with JR. Today, ladies, we are talking about the ring. Yes, the ring. Now, if you have not been following Conversations with JR on YouTube or been tuning in to my Thursdays 8 p.m. Conversations with JR live, let me give you the short version of why I created Conversations with JR. A year ago, I hit a brick wall. No, I hit a cinder block wall. And it all started when I got the ring. Oh, yes, it started when I got the ring. Yes, ladies, what was supposed to be a very joyous time in my life turned into a nightmare, all because I wanted a ring. Let me explain. But first, ladies, let me ask you this question. Why do you want a ring? And what do you think this ring will do for your life? Are you saying that you want a ring because you're in love? Or because you've been in a relationship for years and years and years, and you probably produced some children, and you think that you deserve to have this ring? Or are you being influenced by other women around you who you see getting the ring? And let me tell you one thing about one myth. The bigger the ring, you think the more the love. That's just a myth. Okay? There are thousands, if not millions of women out here in society who want the ring for the wrong reasons. And I was one of them. What do you think the ring is going to do for your life? What do you think it's going to do for you? Okay? It's just the ring. Do you think that it's magically going to change things for you in your life? Let me tell you something. This ring has no magical powers. And no, the idea of getting a ring isn't going to bring you to a certain level of joy in your life. You should already have that joy and that happiness in your life before you get the ring. Now, back to my story. I allowed loneliness. I allowed desperation. I allowed looking at all the women around me getting these rings. You know, I used to be riding a subway station, and I used to see these women with these big blings on their fingers. And I used to always wonder, when was it going to be my turn? When was it going to be my chance? When was I going to get the ring? Well, I got the ring. I dated my ex-fiance, who I label as a representative, because he represented himself as being the quintessential man. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like for you to please hear me out. I am not pointing blame. I am telling my story about the ring. And we dated, we courted for a whole year. He lived in his place, I lived in mine, and everything I thought was wonderful. I thought that I had hit pay dirt. After kissing all those frogs, my knight in shining armor has come through to rescue me. He gave me my ring on my birthday. It was a Palm Sunday, and it was on my birthday before we went to church. I was excited. I remember we had already dated for a year, living in separate places, but I was excited. I finally got the ring. I finally got it. And we went around and we announced our engagement, and one thing led to another, and I moved in. And let me tell you, that's when the nightmare began, because I wanted a ring for all the wrong reasons. He wanted to give me a ring for all the wrong reasons. I'm going to give my reasons for wanting a ring. It wasn't so much of, we was in so much love that we had to get married. We could have taken our time. I felt that I deserved the next man who walked into my life was going to give me a ring. I felt that I was not going to go through another relationship without a man giving me a ring. I wasn't going to waste my time. I wasn't going to waste my energy. I thought that this ring was going to change things for me. And me getting married and having this ring was going to solidify all the years of me waiting, all the years of me wishing, all the years of me hoping. But it did not. Once he put this ring on my finger, things changed. People change, and they don't represent themselves. He thought that this ring was, now you have to do as I say do. You have to do as I tell you do, because you're going to be my wife. This is what this ring represented it for him. What does this ring represent to you? I felt as though for the 90 days that I lived with him, which was supposed to be the most joyous time of our life, he was at a certain age, I'm at a certain age. He was a lot older than me, and I thought, we were settled. We weren't going to be settled, and we were planning our future. That's what I thought. But the ring came with a lot of problems. It brought out a lot of personality characteristics that I wasn't aware of. So here it is. I got my ring. The fairy tale wasn't happening the way that I thought that it was going to happen. I was going to be this princess bride, and here is my Prince Charming, and we were going to say I do, and we were going to ride happily into the sunset, happily ever after. Ladies, if you think that that's what a ring is going to do for you, please think again. Now, I am not saying that the symbol of the ring that symbolizes a love, a commitment, a bond, I am not saying that it doesn't work, because I see a lot of people out there who get engaged, who get married, and they do live a happy life. Everything else in between, they work it out. But what I am saying about this ring is this. Women put too much emphasis on getting this ring and not preparing themselves for the life and for the change that's going to happen once you get this ring. Once you become somebody's wife. Change happen. People change. I don't see the reason why they have to, but it happens, okay? And my experience with the ring was so depressing that I just don't even know how to convey my feelings to you about getting this ring. And I stayed for 90 days before I decided that it was not worth me being unhappy for the rest of my life, because the person who gave me the ring decided that almost like I was a possession, and that I had to change myself in my life, because he kept reminding me that you're becoming my wife. You're becoming my wife. I thought we were preparing for a life, a journey together. That's what I thought that we were preparing for. He was getting ready to retire. I was finishing my master's, writing another book. I thought that we were going to plan the second half of our life together. He likes to travel. We had this beautiful apartment, and I thought that we was making plans because I got the ring. But it became something different. It became something dark. It became something very depressing. Now, I am not trying to point blame. I am not trying to point fingers. He was a wonderful man to me. He was wonderful for me, or else I wouldn't have never said yes. But things changed when I got the ring. This ring did not bring to me what I thought that it was going to bring to me. Okay? There are a lot of people out here who never get a ring. And society wags their finger at them as if something is wrong. There are a lot of women out here who give in to the standards and the principles of society that if a man doesn't give you a ring, he's not a true man, your commitment is not true, and it's not true love. I want a man in the future, if it should happen again, I want him to give me himself, of him. If he gives me a ring, let it be with all good intentions. But I am never ever going to go into, when I decide, another partnership, thinking and demanding and requesting and requiring a ring. Ladies, think about what you are saying and what you are doing. What is it that you think that this ring solidifies? What is it that you think this ring is going to do for you? I even hear women who know that their husbands and their fiancés are cheating on them and say, I got the ring. She can have the man. That is such silliness. What do you think that this ring means? Listen. Go down to Zales. I said this before. Go down to Zales. Go to Jared. Go down there and pick out a ring for yourself. Pay down on it and put it on your finger and love yourself. Love yourself first. Prepare yourself. Don't make a ring a requirement to receive love and to have self-care and to have self-worth. Don't let what's going on around you and your girlfriends are getting married and these reality shows influence you and all these big fairy tale weddings influence you. Know what you are getting into. A partnership, taking vows, putting rings on each other's finger and say I do, and that I am going to commit myself to you, forsaking all others, rigid for poor and to death do you part, is a very serious thing, and people are not taking that very seriously, and the challenge that comes along with such a deep commitment. I am no longer looking for love. I am love. I have a ring. I bought it for me. I bought it for me. I bought it for me as a gift a long time ago. I didn't need anyone to come into my life and give me a ring to make me feel loved, to make me feel special. I no longer allow the voice of loneliness to drive me to desperation. That has been almost a year ago when I decided, no, I am not going to do this. This is wrong. We want this for all the wrong reasons. And I decide to go. There are a lot of women who stay because of the ring and because of what they think that ring is going to change for them and change for their lives. Men, when you are thinking about giving the ring, think about why you want to give the ring and don't be bamboozled into it or given an ultimatum. Women, give an ultimatum, you will be alone. You will be alone. I am not saying this to scare people away from being engaged and for giving a ring. It is a personal choice. It is up to you. I shared my experience because, like I said, I know that there are a lot of women out there. They tell you their biological clock, I deserve a ring, I want a ring, I want to get married, I want the experience. Sweetheart, it is about life and preparing for life. And the bumps and the turns and digging into those valleys and coming up out of those ruts. You are preparing for life, and no ring is going to help you to do that. So, I hope everybody will think about Conversations with JR when they think about the ring. And I want people to be in love for all the right reasons. I want people to get engaged and to get married and to live happily ever after. We have a society full of dysfunctional and broken relationships and families. And it is time. It is time for healing. It is time for love. It is time for compassion and respect and joy. So until the next time, The Waiting Game is out, my book. And yes, I talk about the ring in my book. It is available on Amazon.com. Come together, enjoy and love, and don't let a ring come between you, whether you give it or whether you don't have it. Open your hearts to healing and receiving love. And I bet you, your Prince Charming, your queen, your king, it will happen. But let it happen naturally and for all the right reasons. I thank you for joining me. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, Conversations with JR. Click on some videos, like, and sharing is caring.